What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Siren Frost, and we are at our third final deck profile for today. And thank God, this is the final of all 10 variant deck profiles for the Overdress. And honestly, guys, this is my honest thought about this one, because this is Dragon Empire, but this is a different variant that I'm not very liking right now. This is from guys. So the owner of this build is Hiroshi Tanahashi. There you go. I've screwed it up this time, but so the owner of this variant here, his name is Hiroshi Tanahashi, and according to the anime, he is a pro wrestler and also a card fighter as well. But this is the Eugene version deck profile, which I'm not very liking right now, because basically what this one deck does is it focuses more on retiring a lot more, and certain abilities such as let me see, what can I give an example to? So it does retain some of its Narukami retiring skills and allows you to search the same copy of your Vanguard on certain units. But I don't know. I just don't know what I can feel about this deck. Like, I just don't know. I don't know. Fun fact, you guys, my friend was trying to build this exact same deck that I'm going to show right now. However, he can think what he wants to think about it. Let's just put it that way. But with that being said, let's just jump right into this deck profile and get this show on the road. Because God forbid, I just want to get this over and done with because of how bad this deck actually really is to me right now. Okay. So let's start with the right deck. We have the Double Gun of Duststorm Bart. I could see Bart Simpson actually playing that unit as well, because it has the name Bart in the name. I just thought it was funny. Next we're playing Gunning of Duststorm Nigel. And now Nigel's skill is, when it's thrown upon Cataclysmic Bullet of Duststorm Randor, this is its skill. You soul charge one card? Hold on. Oh, so it does contain some of the soul charging for Pale Moon or Dark Regulars. So, okay, so it's nice they split the bit of the effects towards the other units. Now, his skill is for Rearguard. When your opponent's Rearguard is retired during your main phase, Counterblast 1 and retire this unit. Choose one of your opponent's Rearguards and retire it. Again, it stabilizes the retirement abilities. Nothing you're going to talk about that. Next, we're playing for grade 2, Cataclysmic Bullet of Duststorm Randor. Randor's skill is, when it's thrown upon Heavy Artillery of Duststorm Eugene, draw a card, choose up to one card from your drop zone, and put it into your hand. Oh, into your soul. Okay, my bad. So it does have enough energy for a soul, a little bit for soul power, along with retirements. So, great. Okay, that's completely out of my standards. And its other skill is for Vanguard Rearguard. When this unit attacks, if your opponent has 2 or more Rearguards, Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1, and this unit gets 5,000 power into that battle. And then finally, the main boss of the deck, Heavy Artillery of Duststorm Eugene for our grade 3. And this skill is rest 2 Rearguards. Choose one of your opponent's Rearguards and retire it. And this unit gets plus 10k power into a turn. Other Vanguard skill. If your opponent's Rearguard was retired this turn, Soul Blast 5 cards. Look at the same number of cards from the top of your deck up to the number of your opponent's open Rearguards. Choose any number of cards from among them, call them to Rearguard, and put the rest into your soul. like I said, guys, this is like a ridiculous kind of build because this is not my playstyle at all. But I wanted to test out all my possibilities, so here we are, testing out new units, new chances of the deck, and just see what the hell happens. So, yeah, there we go. So that's my ride deck. And now for the main deck, which of course we're starting with grade zeros. We're playing 4 copies of White Light Dragon Parasolace. Parasolace. It's a cute little Pankratops. Not Pankratops. Pachyosaurus. Okay, fuck it. I don't know my dinosaurs that well. Okay, so sue me. But yeah, it's just a cute little baby and it's a cute little heal trigger, so I can't say no to that little heal. Speaking of dinosaurs, we have another one. This is 4 draw triggers, and this is Rushing Dragon Steel Dilopho, or something. You guys can speak, understand better than I can. Like, I'm just kind of dumb for words, but this is like an awesome dinosaur theme to win, and I can't imagine if Hiroshi actually played these in his deck, because it would not make any sense for having someone with Blaze Maidens in their deck at all. But this is like the complete opposite of Yu's deck, so maybe just the same, maybe a little bit different. I don't know. But we're also playing 7 criticals, and this is going to be Conduct Spark Dragon as our main contender for the critical lineup. And then 3 Blaze Maiden Zonnes. Just there. That's all it's going to be. Just there. And then finally, Dragon Deity King of Resurgence Dragveda for the Overtrigger. So I'm pretty sure everyone in the anime has an Overtrigger unit with their decks, so it shouldn't be that surprising. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, these units are pretty cute and they're pretty cool. But, like I said, this deck is my least favorite just because not only do I not understand it fully, I kind of feel like it can be better. But that's why the new support in the set 2 is going to make it somewhat good. So, we'll just see what happens with that one. For grade 1s, 3 copies of Gunning of Storm Nigels. So we're playing 3 of him because it would make sense to play all the ride decks as copies of cards. And then you can do whatever the hell you want with the other units. 4 copies of Stealth Fiend Shigamanago. Something. I don't care. But she's a snow lady. So she's fucking awesome. By default. When your opponent's rearguard is retired during your main phase, retire this unit. Look at the top card of your deck. And you may call that unit from among them to rearguard. If you did not call, put the rest into your soul. So you obviously know this makes a lot more sense to have her in the build as well. So I could see why she's pretty good artwork, don't get me wrong. And like I said, the deck is main consisted of retiring, so that makes a lot of sense. I can't say any more about it. I cannot express that enough. The next copies we have is Stealth Dragon Tensha Steed. Tensha. What the fuck it is? There. It's whatever I say. Its rearguard skill is when you attack this turn, this unit boosted hits. Counterblast 1 and retire this unit. Choose one of your vanguards. Search your deck for up to 1 card from among with the same card name as that card. Reveal it to your opponent, add to your hand, and shuffle your deck. So I guess in a way this will also help you get your Persona ride from your grade 3 as well. So there you go. And then finally we're playing 4 copies of Twin Buckler Dragons, just for your complete guards. And I do apologize if I don't really have any much to say about this deck, just because I did do my research finally on it, and I just don't like the effects on it sometimes. But that's just me. Okay, so for grade 2s is a tad bit different. So, surprisingly enough, only 8 grade 2s. That's it. So 3 copies of Randor for the first 3 ones. 3 copies of Dragritter Alwalith. What this unit does is when this unit is placed on rearguard, Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1, choose one of your opponent's grade 2 or greater rearguards and retire it. Okay, so more retiring. The last 2 copies is Stealth Rogue of Iron Blade Oshikuni. When this unit attacks, if your opponent has 2 or less rearguards, this unit gets plus 5,000 power into the end of that battle. So, it does... It all comes down to if your opponent has 2 or less rearguards, and the amount of retiring, and the amount of searching for this deck to be more plausible. And honestly, this deck seems a lot more fun, and some people might get a little annoyed with it, but I think it does have a lot of potential of showing a lot of potential. Okay, screw what I just said. I said that twice, so fuck that. For grade 3s, 3 copies of Eugene's, 3 copies of Penetrate Dragon Tribash. It's just a nice little Triceratops thingy, which badass armor, by the way. Its skill is, when your Vanguard attacks, if your opponent has 2 or less rearguards, put this unit into your soul. Choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets 1 critical until the end of that battle. So, Eugene gets an automatic critical when it does attack. And then finally, 3 copies of Normal Order, which is Sunlight Punishment. What its skill does is, for this cost to pay, you play with one or more cards. So you counterblast 1 or more cards. Choose one of your opponent's rearguards for each counterblast paid for this cost, and retire it. So, let me think. If you have, like, for example, Counterblast 3, you retire 3 rearguards your opponent controls. Only 1, 2, and, you know, you guys get the idea. But I think that's kind of cool for this card to show a major amount of punishment as it is. So, like I said, you guys, this build version of Dragon Empire is not my personal favorite, but it does show a lot of potential in the next set. So, anyways, you guys, that is the final conclusion of this deck profile and all 10 decks shown for the Overdressed series. And from here on out, we'll just do the deck profile updates and just see what happens. And so far, I gotten the most festival collection as it is, so I might just do a re-update on that. However, we'll just wait for set 2 and make it more plausible for all decks. So anyways, this deck here is inspired by Hiroshi Tanahashi, pro wrestler and card fighter in the anime. Only made one debut and one episode, but still, it still counts. So, if you guys have your own version of this build, send me like a list in the comments down below. And as always, there's a full deck list in the description box down below. And yeah, that's all I gotta say, you guys. I'm sorry if this deck hasn't made my top 5 dark decks favorites, but it's just the least. That's just for me. But you guys think what you want to think. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great 4th of July, and I'll see you all next week. I'm Siren Frost, signing out.